A high-speed chase ends in a big crash. People who live in this neighborhood say enough is enough.
Yeah, they feel really that their lives are in danger here and want something done about it. Colt Molesky has their story and video from this latest chase.
There's still glass and plastic scattered all over the sidewalk here at the intersection where that crash occurred. And now residents in the area are speaking up about how concerned they are that this just keeps happening in their neighborhood.
I get you trying to catch the person that have committed a crime, but at the end of the day, when do the people in the city of Cleveland lives matter to the police?
This is what Waddell Jefferson is talking about. This video from an anonymous source shows the car running from police slamming into another vehicle. The violent collision at Pearl and Altoona in Old Brooklyn. Police say it started with Parma PD pursuing a car running from a traffic offense. 19 News has covered several high-speed chases ending in this neighborhood.
Since I only live like 2 houses away from the corner, that's kind of really terrifying.
Jefferson has lived here for 15 years. She says the crashes have her worried about letting her kids play in their own yard.
It brought the car all the way back to the sidewalk, and then that's where the crash happened.
The car hitting a memorial remembering a woman who died in August, the result of another police chase. Another innocent life taken by a bad guy trying to run from police.
But you chasing these kids because they stealing cars, I get that part. But what about the rest of the city? To have you to protect and serve for them, because you're not protecting and serving. You chasing down and you killing people.
After August's deadly chase, Cleveland City Council demanded something be done about other cities, specifically Parma PD, chasing suspects into Cleveland, hoping there could be some kind of safe compromise where innocent lives aren't taken, but criminals rounded up. I also reached out to the Parma Police Department. They have yet to respond to my request for an interview. In Old Brooklyn, Colt Molesky, 19 News.